and I hope everybody's having an awesome week this week. I have got finally the little Grungy fairy journal finished up, and I had a lot of fun. The photos that I used are just from Pinterest. They're just Pinterest images, and so they're a lot of fun. Just love them. Use some of this blue ticking fabric for this one, and kind of just, stained it up with some tea, a little bit of tea and coffee. So anyway, and of course my binding here, I just have a piece of stained fabric there on the book binding there, that side of it. So anyway, and I also finished up another little a little vintage book I gutted, and this is just a blank naked journal. I've got a few pieces that will go with it, and the binding was very tattered, but I always use the fabric, so the binding on it definitely is tattered, but it's there. I love the spine with that tattered. So anyway, the fabric on the inside is holding that together. It's not going to come apart, but and the book itself is very rough. It has like a crease at one point on the cover, and I'll show you that. But anyway, I wanted to show you all, though, some of the new Tim Holtz stuff. I ordered his new collection that he just got out. Of course, I had to pre-order, but I finally did get it in, and I ordered the little paper doll minis. And guys, these are so fun. Especially your groups. They're small, and so they're just all like his smaller ones that he gives you in a pack. But all of them are small, and these are absolutely adorable. So I was very happy with these. Just love them. They're all small, and so that is what I use a lot of anyway, is the smalls. So these are just paper doll mini. That's what they're called on the package. So those are fun. So if you're thinking about ordering them, definitely, or picking them up at Joann's or something, they are super fun. And then I picked up these. These are just like a one of your labels that you used to just punch yourself with the label maker. They're a little bit raised, but not real bad raised. But anyway, I really like these. There was like 2 sheets to a package, but I really like these. So this I would definitely purchase again. And then I picked up also his little, I forget what they call these, the cards, but you get 3 different sizes in your pack. But these are really pretty for spring. Now, I bought the Christmas ones when he came out with the Christmas ones, and they're double-sided. So, but these are just really nice, and I really have enjoyed using them. I'm working on some little paper bag journals right now with those, and using these. But here are the little ones. So you get some little ones, and you get your tall ones, and then the other side, three different sizes in your pack. So I like these. I'm very happy with those as well. Then a couple other things I purchased were his little flashcards, and these are a little bigger than what I would like. I would actually like them to be a little smaller. These are the smallest of them in the pack. So, and you get quite a few, though. I forget how many is in that pack, but you get quite a few. But here are the small ones, and they're on both sides. And then you'll have a little bit bigger size, and then you have this really big size. So you're getting 3 different sizes, but these are really big. And then the the medium ones are pretty big in my opinion as well. So those are going to be a little harder to use for me. I like the small the best for my journals, but anyway, I probably won't order any more of those. And then one more thing I bought that was the new, are the number strips. Because I do use a lot of the digitals like this. I always like the numbers. That's one of my favorite things to kind of put in. And there are, let's see, oh yeah, I don't know if it tells how many, 119. There's 119 pieces in here. But now these I really love. They're just the right size. They're not too big. And so they're just say all different things, and there's number. There's like 5 o'clock. Then you'll have like item number, and then like a number. So these I really, really like. So I was happy with all of it, other than the flashcards. You know, the really big ones. I mean, I'll figure out something to do with them, but I would rather them have been small. So, but other than that, I am really happy with the new Tim Holtz stuff. All right, so I just thought I would throw that in there. If anybody's thinking about purchasing them, if you haven't already. So, but here is my big fairy journal. I really love this. I just love the grunge. Grunge is just my favorite. But here is the back. I didn't really put anything on the back of it. And it's pretty chunky. Of course, it is 2 signatures, and it's got a little bag in the middle. And each signature has that between 10 and 13. So I've grunged up some, just some vintage trim here, and put it on some fabric. And then this is an embossed grungy tag. It's supposed to be like the, kind of like your dandelion. So, or, what are those? Yeah, dandelions. I had to think a minute. You can blow the little, I was thinking they might have had another name for them. And then here I've just done a little collage. Now I did take, and I believe I seen it on Claire, is it Purple Poppy? She's in my Sophie's Notes group. And I believe it was her that I was watching. I could be wrong, so if I am, I apologize. But I thought it was her. And all she does is take a medium, you know, or even I use Collage Page, and a little bit of my liquid, Liquitex that is in the liquid. And then I added some vintage photo distress spray stain. Okay, and then it gave it that, you know, the little bit of the, it's not really a gloss, but it put it over, and then it gave it more of a vintage grungy look. So that is what I used on each of the photos. And here I've just done some stamping. I went to an awesome estate sale here about 2 weeks ago. And it had to have been somebody that was probably like the ambassador to Graphic 45 or in Tim Holtz, you know, the design team for him, because she had the most beautiful things that she had made. Like they send to the little convention and stuff when they're doing their new products. And it was just gorgeous. And she had all kinds of Stampers Anonymous stamps. And so she had a whole lot of Tim Holtz stuff, but I really didn't get on it before. It was just so crowded in that little room you couldn't possibly even fit another person in. I had to wait to get in there, but I did get in on the stamps. And but it was someone who lived in the city not too far from here. Anyway, it was an awesome estate sale. When I got there, there were like I got there early. I got there about 20 minutes early or 25 minutes early. But there were already, gosh, probably 35 to 50 people already lined up outside. And a lot of them were women. And I knew when I seen them that they were there for that Tim Holtz stuff. So anyway, I knew they were there to hit the craft room. Here I just used a die cut with some of that crinkly paper. This is some old, it's like a measuring tape of some sort. I bought it a long time ago. Here I've got just a collage on the bag here. I even did a little rub on there. That is 49 in Market. Has some rub-ons that I purchased that I really liked. And this is actually one of the stamps that she had. Now this was actually a red lead stamp set that I found amongst the Stampers Anonymous. I probably bought 10 sets of the Stampers Anonymous stamps. And those things are so high, they're like $20 to $25 if you go to the craft store to buy them. So, and I don't think eBay is much cheaper. I mean, they're about $19 on eBay if you try to buy some of the Stampers Anonymous stamps. So, okay, here also I have got just the embossed, they're just grungy tags. I just embossed, you can kind of see right there, just the little dandelions there. Another collage, just grungy collage. I've used mainly the same photos that I used in the last fairy journals that I shared, and then all I did was simply grunge them up. This is one of the stamps of the Stampers Anonymous, one of the collections there of the butterfly. I think that one's called Construct, or I can't remember now, but something like that, where it has several, you know, where he's got it all lined out. And then this is a stamp I purchased as well. I just thought it would be fun. I stamped it on some fabric. Some of the stained linen fabric there. And then I've just used one of these little clips to clip that on instead of a paper clip. And then here is some of the fabric washi there. And here I've just made a little collage up in the corner. Some of the really crinkled grunge paper there. Here, of course, is another grunged up bag. Did a little of the rub-ons there, and it popped a little bit of color in it. It's got a little bit of a rose color. I used a couple of the rose butterflies that was in that rub-on pack from 49 and Market. Here's another rub-on. I put it on each of the back of the bags there. And then here I've just got a die cut, and I've just put a little rub-on around it for a little color there. I don't know if the camera will actually pick it up or not. And then a little paper ruffle. I have added several things to the shop. I've got some more of the little scrappy books in there. I'm getting ready to, and by the time I get this video up, I'll probably have it in there. I'm getting ready to put some paper ruffles in there as well. And I also purchased some of these. I've just got them sitting there. Some of these library pockets. They're self-adhered, so you just pull off the sticky off the back here and put it on. But I don't know what they will ink up like. I haven't really stain up with my coffee stain or my tea stain. I haven't done one yet to know. It feels, I mean, it's not real matty like a manila, so I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just not sure how it will stain up. It's not real glossy or anything. It just has a different little bit of feel to it. And then here is just a stamp with, you know, just a little bit of collage paper there. And then here is the center. I just put a bag in. This is just one of those white, they're like a big cookie bag, I think, that I put in the shop. I found them not too long ago. They stain up amazingly. So here I put a 4-piece of paper in this one. Or, sectioned. 4 sections. They're just a 8.5 by 11 paper. And I've just, here's a little butterfly that's a rub-on. But stamped this up a little bit, did a little stitching, just where you could journal in your 4 little spots. They just kind of make 4 little separate spots for journaling. And then here I've got another little collage. And then there's another one. There's a little rub-on butterfly there. So I did add a little pop of color. Did a little stamping there. So there's the little 4 sectioned journaling paper. And then here I've just got a little collage. Got a little die cut there with that grungy paper. Of course, a little fancy stitching there. And then here is this. Of course, there's the back with the rub-on on it. And then here is another little booklet. That's part of that stamp from Red Lead that I got at the estate sale. And then here, this is just a download. I think that was that Saturday, I believe it's Saturday Stemper is what that's called or something. And then of course collage this, now this is actually some of Tim Holtz's new fabric tape, I believe. And there is just a little collage there, just grunged up. Here, because I stitched this side, this is stitched with the good side stitching, and I did a little butterfly and just a little die cut there. I went ahead and stamped on the inside of this where that was framed out with the stitching. So thought that was kind of fun. And of course on both your signatures you've got your little buttons there, vintage buttons. Here is another little stamp that I picked up at the estate sale. And then here is this. I believe that's just I believe that was a stamp as well, and I just cut it out, and then I used a little bit of a stencil, little doily stencil. Here's a couple of little bitty tags that sit in this little pocket here. This is part of that, part of a download there, and I made one tag just a little shorter than the other there. Oh, fancy stitching, stamped on some fabric there. And it goes in the, this is a very grungy envelope. And then of course some fun stitching there. Here's just an old envelope that was a vintage envelope, and it was coming apart, and so I just kind of tore it apart and used part of it for a collage, so, and a stamp there. And then here is another little booklet. And there is garden notes. That's part of that Red Lead stamp. And then I have some more little embossed tags there. And then of course I've included the journal was created by Susie. That'll tuck in there. And then here is the back, and it's got the really grungy embossed tags in it. So, Anyway, guys, there is this fun little fairy journal. It is going in the Etsy shop, and it will just be Grungy fairy journal is what it will be. Okay, and then here is the little naked journal. This was really a pretty book, is why I picked it up. It's 7.5, or right around it, by about a 4 3/4, maybe 4 7/8 is the size. I just tied it with a little sari silk. And here is the little, it's like a little crease in the book there that just kind of creased sometime or another, or started cracking. But it's just a beautiful book. Longfellow's Poems is what the book was, and it was a very old book. So here it is. It's just blank, and it has about the 10, maybe 11 signature folded papers to make up the signature. So there is your center. Just your varied papers that I normally use. This is, yeah, just some, that's the other side of the bag. Make sure I cut it for the, this is some of that, this is some vintage paper that I had. And then this is that vintage computer paper I have in the shop right now. I really like that. And then I've included a couple of just stained envelopes and made a couple of little booklets for you to decorate. Both booklets are basically the same. I did stitch it all in blue, so they are stitched in blue. There's that one. And then this one, I have tape where the little, kind of little tears are when you stain. So that will have some vintage tape on it. And there's that booklet, and it, like I said, it is basically the same as the one I just showed you. So there is that. And that will come with it. And then here is the other signature. Center, just your various papers there. That one will have a fold out, both sides of that piece. And then, along with the 2 envelopes, with the booklets there, I have actually stitched around all the photos and the words. So I did the blue stitching. So you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 photos or images there. And like I said, I've stitched around them all in the blue. So every one of them has stitching. And then here are just some words, and there's probably about 10 words there, and I have stitched around every one of them. So that way it just adds a little bit of that stitching in there for you. And then, so there is that. And that will be in your book. And then I've added some paper ruffles. I got two different kinds here. I've got it where I've just folded it down, the ruffle, and you'll get 3 of them like that. And then I've got it where they fold into each other, where the ruffle actually folded in, and you'll get 3 like that. So with the fun stitching, all in blue. And then I've got about 6, I believe 6 scrappy tags, so you'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. So anyway, guys, that is going to come with the vintage naked journal, and this will go in as Longfellow's Poems naked journal or blank journal. So anyway, guys, that's it. That's all I have, and I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.